You're watching Central Illinois' best source for news and weather. WAND News at 4 starts now.
Now hiring today at 4 businesses looking to fill holiday positions, what it could mean for millions out of work because of COVID-19. Plus a new direction, most of Illinois turning the corner in the fight against COVID-19. This afternoon, the governor's message to regions still struggling. First at 4, an investigation into House Speaker Mike Madigan began today. The long-term Democrat under fire after being implicated by a federal investigation into a Commonwealth Edison bribery case. WAND's Doug Wolpin following this story joins us live in the studio with more. Doug. Governor Pritzker says most of Illinois' COVID-19 regions are headed in the right direction, most seeing decreases in positivity rates in the past week. Only 3 of the 11 regions have seen significant increases. Region 4 and Region 7, however, will still be under restrictions. Governor Pritzker says it is important that we act quickly once a region hits an 8% positivity rate.
We can't outrun this virus or prevent it.
So here's how our region's positivity rates are stacking up. First, Region 3. This region includes Sangamon and Cass counties. Its positivity rate is above 5%. Region 6 includes Macon and Champaign counties. Its positivity rate is at over 2%. Nearly 2,000 new cases of COVID-19 today with an additional 28 deaths in the last 24 hours. Almost 49,000 tests were conducted. Several local counties reporting new cases today. Sangamon has 28 new. Logan County has 11. DeWitt and Piatt each have 3. We're learning more about a COVID-19 vaccine trial halted after one of the volunteers became sick. No official diagnosis has been confirmed, but preliminary symptoms are consistent with serious inflammation of the spinal cord.
In our case,
it's unclear how long AstraZeneca's trials will remain on hold. 2 other major drug companies, Pfizer and Moderna, have vaccine candidates in phase 3 trials. The nation's health experts continue to say it will likely be late this year or early next year before the FDA approves a vaccine. A new poll suggests over half of Americans would not get a free coronavirus vaccine if one was to come out before Election Day. Researchers from the Kaiser Family Foundation polled nearly 1,200 adults. Over 60% were concerned the FDA would push to approve a vaccine without making sure that it's safe. That was because of political pressure from the Trump administration. A scaled-back Republican coronavirus relief package failed to pass the Senate today. The vote failed 52 to 47. 60 votes were needed for the bill to advance. Today's vote hinders the chance Congress will approve another COVID-19 relief bill before the November election. Urbana Middle School transforms their gym to help students with remote learning. The gym has 45 socially distanced desks, allowing students to come in every day if they need better learning environments. The principal says many students do not have access to the proper study space at home.
And we knew that we had synchronous learning time.
Another remote learning lab is open to all students who sign up in advance. The need for food among many students is high, and to help, the U.S. Department of Agriculture extended its free meal program for schools into the fall. WAND's Thomas Garverick shares how School District 186 is feeding students all across Springfield.
Thomas Garverick, WAND News.
Definitely a great resource. District 186 will be offering free meals to students through December. To see all 24 locations for the meal distributions in Springfield, you can find that at WANDTV.com. Well, holiday shopping season has delivered an early gift. Coming up, see who's hiring this season. Plus, the worst blaze in a century, how fire departments are fighting to contain the spread of a fire under a bright orange sky.
Watching Central Illinois' best source for news and weather.
More Americans are out of work. Weekly jobless claims were worse than expected last week. The Labor Department says first-time claims for unemployment benefits are still rising. The increase suggests hiring isn't occurring quickly enough to offset layoffs. Around 22 million people have lost their jobs since COVID-19 hit. Only half of those positions have returned so far. Well, here's something to think about. Christmas is only 106 days away, but retailers are already delivering the gift of jobs. Companies such as Amazon, FedEx, and UPS are hiring to ramp up for what's expected to be a record-breaking season of online shopping and shipping. Now, these companies also saying 30% of holiday positions will likely become permanent. And speaking of online, let your fingers do the shopping. U.S. consumers are projected to spend 1 billion hours shopping on mobile devices this holiday season.
Well, we're going to continue to see some showers as we head into this evening, but it's what's going to come afterwards that we have to keep track of, which is sunshine. I'll time everything out for you coming up in just a little bit.
And hard to watch, coming up, a local perspective from the threatening fires in Colorado. Developing now, the August complex fire burning in California is now the state's largest in history. The complex is a cluster of wildfires that have burned 471,000 acres. One firefighter has been killed by it. Dozens more wildfires are burning. Several new ones ignited overnight due to strong gusty winds. Approximately 14,000 firefighters are working to contain all these fires. In all, more than 2 million acres have been charred. At least 3 people have been killed. Let's give you a live look over the San Francisco Bay Area now. You can see just how hazy it is. That is not fog. That is smoke from these wildfires. We actually saw the bright orange plume yesterday in these live pictures, so fire seems to be not as bright out there, making that smoke as yellow as we saw yesterday, Phil. Those images were just incredible. But you continue to monitor these because we are going to see impacts of the smoke from these fires here.
Yeah, you know, we're going to see a lot of different coloration as the smoke starts to move in. But one other thing we have to keep a track of that's just as dangerous, very similar to it, but it's what we call black carbon.
Oregon continues to deal with raging wildfires across the state. Officials say it is the worst the state has experienced in the past 120 years. From the air, you get a glimpse of what is happening. Just take a look. The ferocious fires are being pushed by winds and helped by low humidity. 48 fires in Oregon have burned more than 477,000 acres.
We are seeing stress.
Recovery teams are gathering to begin searches where the fire has passed through. The governor could not offer any numbers for people who are missing or dead. The fire still rages on in Colorado as well, the blaze causing much concern for one woman who used to call Decatur home. Kristen Zachheis-Wimmer is now a resident of Windsor, Colorado. Told me yesterday that the fires are currently about 30 miles from her home. She's not concerned by the flames themselves. Instead, she's worried about the smoke. She says the scene has been hard to watch.
It's just fully consuming, really sad.
Zachheis-Wimmer is currently back in Decatur. She's here to finalize the adoption of her son, Dawson. She says she will be limiting his exposure to the poor air quality from the fires when she returns. Bringing back the summer excitement after the break, one nonprofit helping to keep kids with autism active and engaged. The United Way of Springfield needs your help. COVID-19 has impacted its ability to fundraise. Part of the limited fundraising is impacting the agency's educational programs. The United Way of Springfield deals with 2 major educational aspects: kindergarten readiness and reading. The foundation is asking for your help in order to keep those programs going.
We understand the matchup.
If you're interested in making a donation to United Way's educational programs, you can find more information on WANDTV.com. The summer of 2020 has been quite literally boring for kids everywhere. One group is working to bring summer excitement back to local neighborhoods. Yesha Wagner of Denver, Colorado, found a way to bring climbing classes to children with autism. Wagner says she started the nonprofit Autism Climbs to help keep the kids active.
More than 6 months ago.
Really happy.
It's going to be a while until Autism Climbs can hold their regular group events. For now, they're planning more stops with portable climbing walls. Live look over Lake Decatur, a little hazy out there, some clouds in the sky. A look at what you can expect for your weekend when we come back with a final check of your forecast.
Hey, you know what? It's been gloomy today, and sure, we'll see a little bit more gloomy skies tomorrow, maybe a few showers, but you can't complain about these temperatures. I'm sure Chris will, but as we head into Saturday, some morning thunderstorms could last into the early afternoon, but then we'll see mostly cloudy skies after that, and temperatures right around 80 degrees as we head into next week, so not too bad.
All right, we're out of time. We're back at 5. Have a good night, WANDTV.com.